Alright, we're going to go over how to swap out the micro adjust windage post if you're changing heads or move anything else out. So you'll notice on our micro adjust knobs there is a small hole here. There is a set screw in there. Put your wrench in and give that about 3 turns so it disengages off the screw. This is locking the knob onto the screw. As you do that, now is what you're going to want to do is hold that knob in and then come in with a screwdriver, and you're going to unscrew this screw here. And you want to be careful here because inside on this side there is a spring and a ball bearing, and that's what we're trying to not lose as we do this. So when we go, you slip that out, you see that ball bearing falls right out into your hand, and if you pop that off you're going to shoot that ball bearing and that spring all the way out. So as you do that, we're just going to unscrew this screw here. And it comes out, and as I've left it locked, so at the end you'll see there's these bushings we have set up in there. So what you want to do is just pop out one of those bushings, and I usually use a wrench or the screwdriver, just a small round bushing, and you'll slide your windage block off, and then you'll see as I take this off, probably should have went the other way. There's this small brass block, and this is the micro adjust block in our sight. You'll do the same steps to take the windage block off of the head as well. You'll do this if you're ever swapping out or you have problems with a Pro Series sight, a Widowmaker, a Revenge, or any of our micro adjustable gang winch, gang elevation micro adjust heads. So as you go to put this back together, just slip your block, your standoff carrier, brass standoff carrier there, and then you're going to want to, this is where I should have gone this way, and I am going to do that for you really quick. Just pop that out, and I'm going to put that inside one back on, and as we go to put that in, you'll see it gets kind of hard to push in. Go. So I like to use a hard flat surface, push the bushing in, and I bring it up, and I press it in, and it just snaps right in. So now I've got my standoff carrier, the brass block. I'm going to bring the head, and we're just going to slide the head in. And as we slide it in, this one is kind of tight. So we've got it in. The brass block is in the middle there. I'm going to take this other bushing, I'm going to push it back in. Just slide that in. That's why I like to use a table here. And you hear that snap in. And that is what we'll do. And you want to make sure, one of the things, it sounds really silly, but make sure your head's going the right direction and your micro adjust knob is going to go the correct way as well. So you'll put the screw in, and what I like to do is get it just so that's coming right out. Okay, as we've got that pressed in and we've got the screw in, you can see I can slide the screw in and out there. And the reason why we're doing that is as we go to put the spring and ball bearing back with the micro adjust knob. So one of the things I like to do is, if I don't have a small cup to put the spring and the ball bearing in so you don't lose them, I'll put the ball bearing in the hole on the knob. So you'll slip your spring back in. You'll set your ball bearing right on top. And now this is the tricky part here, is now you're going to come in with your knob. Go. Okay, once you get that in, now what you're going to do is you're going to screw that knob on just like you did before, locking that ball bearing and spring inside so you can keep your click micro adjust. And now you're going to find the right tension for that. See how I have that super tight right now? So what I'm going to want to do is come in, back that off a quarter of a turn. I want it about right there. Now we're going to come back into that set screw that we loosened earlier, you're going to tighten that up. And now you're back to using your micro adjust windage and elevation.